Okay, so hello everyone. So next topic for your engineering data analysis is the topic on permutations. This is the next topic after understanding the concept of your fundamental principle of counting. So we have permutations. So what is a permutation? Permutation is of a specific set of distinct objects is an ordering of these objects. So we have to be mindful now of the order of specific objects. So for example, we are asked, so some permutations of letters A, B, C, D. So magkamba ka permutation that is ordering. So pwede, no, we have this one. So we have A, B, D, C, B, A, C, D. So depende on your order. So so bisan maghambak ka A, B, C, D. So lain na siya for the order of A, B, D, C. Bisan pareho sila specific element. So pareho sila ng content. Pareho sila letters or components sa sulod. If lain ang order of letters sa sulod, that is a different permutation. So ang pamangkot is, usually ang pamangkot is how many such permutations are then possible. So with this, let's start. So, para ma-plaster sa inyo kung paano ang kinalain sa ginatawag natin ng permutation. So, with the previous natin calculation. So, since there are 4 choices for the first position, so this one is already discussed. So, whether on the online class or on the basic mathematics class nyo before. So, we have this one. Since we have apat ka letter, we have A, B, C, D. But silingon may ara kita apat ka possible choices on the first nga place. So we have, okay, let us label this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So but silingon may ara kita apat ka possible nga category or apat ka letter. So maghambak ka permutation, pila ang possible letters na pwede natin ibutang on the first place. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. But silingon may ara kita apat ka possible option for the first place. So next, for the next one, so since this is specific order, therefore kinanglan natin magbuhin kung ano na ang letter yung gamit natin on the first stage, hindi na natin gamitan on the next na stage. But silingon, may ara na lang tatlo. So ka-possible option for the second stage, may ara kita duwa ka option on the next stage, and may ara kita one ka-option on the next stage. So this is 4 times 3 times 2. And this is the fundamental counting principle for possible permutation. Okay, ano na siya maghambak ka permutation? Maghambak permutation, we are using here another algebraic mathematical na operation na ginatawag naton factorial. So factorial, that means we have this one. So array. So we have, so kung pila ka possible option, that means we have 4 factorial. So take note, 4 factorial is equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So that is your 4 factorial. And this is equal to your answer nga 24. So 4 factorial is equal to 24. So take note lang, base may counter nyo ni. So nga symbol on your different types of calculations. So let's start sa mga possible ng mga examples kag problems na pwede ma-encounter regarding permutations. So for example, how many permutation consisting of 2 letters can be made from this same 4 letters? So some of these permutations are AB, BD, AC, and DD. So based on this, nakita natin, again, may ara kita 4 possible choices para sa first position. So, since ginhambal niya nga consisting of 2 letters lang, but silingon, may ara lang ta 2 ka possible stage. So, we have 1 and 2. So, since we have 2 letters, nga consideration lang. So, sa unang nga placement ng letter, may ara kita pila ka choices. So, since we have A, B, C, D. So, same four letters but silingon A, B, C, D man dyan po natin option. So we have apat ka possible letter ng option. So but silingon we have four. For the next nga category or next nga digit or next nga stage sa ating pagbutang sa mga letters, so may ara na lang ta, tatlo ka possible choices. So, by fundamental principle of counting, ginamultiply ta, subot siningon aton answer. So, wala na ta ibanding yung category, kay duwa lang ka combination of letters. But siningon, may ara kita 12 ka, 12 tanan ka combination or permutation of two letters halin sa sininga possible letters. So, we have 4 times 3 is equal to 12. So, this is now the answer para sa permutations of duwa ka letters halin sa apat ka possible letter choices. So, we have 4 times 3. Okay, so we have, okay, so in general, if a set has n elements, then the number of ways of ordering our elements from a set is denoted by your permutations of n taken r at a time. Take note, so parehas kagina, permutations of four letters taken two at a time. So sa previous natin nga problem. So permutations of apat ka letters taken two letters at a time. So, amo na siya for the previous nga category. So, paano siya i-represent by a mathematical formula? So, take note lang, if we have to consider mathematical nga formula, amo ni ang pag-plus star sa aton permutations. So, the number of permutations of a specific na objects taken r at a time is, you have n factorial divided by your n minus r factorial. So, ano ni siya? N is your specific nga choices, pila tanan kabilog ang letter. R is your pila kabilog ang aran specific na group. So that is n minus r factorial ang aton nga divisor, ang aton nga denominator. So, okay. So, let us proceed. So, we have, take note lang sang formula nga pwede natin magamit. So, there are n objects and r positions to place them in. Thus, may ara kita anom or n ka-choices for the first position, n minus 1 on the next na choice, and so on. So, parehas man siya hapon sa concept gingamit naton on your fundamental principle of counting. And still, pwede ginadyapan natin gamiton nga concept if you will not be basing on the specific na formula aging tastar natin in the previous one. So, pwede nga hindi kita magbase on this one kung magamit the fundamental principle of counting a formula, pwede man siya. So, but take note, be familiar with this one kay kinanglanon taman siya on the iba nga mga solving process. So, we have, okay? So, this one is a specific na derivation kung di inaghalin ang specific na formula for the fundamental counting principle for permutation. So, n factorial over n minus r factorial. This medyo complicated siya. But if tanawon siya on an example nga representation, medyo mas hapos ni siya ihon. So, sige, let us present this through example para mas makita nyo. So, we have example. So, we have 6 runners in a race that is completed with no tie. In how many different ways can the race be completed? In how many different ways can first, second, and third place be decided? So, we have una-una nga problem. In how many different ways can the race be completed? So, since this one, ang pag-plus star niya is how many possible ways. Subot silingon, ang aton di subong ginapamangkot is your fundamental principle of counting na formula, or you automatically, this is just a permutation. So, in how many different ways? So, we have also, next dali, the question is, may ara ka na specific na order. Pila ang pwede ibutang sa first, pila ang pwede mag-second, and pila ang pwede mag-third based on a specific nga anong ka mga runners nga nag-join on a specific na race. So, we have for the number one problem. So, we have Okay. So, ang kinalainila sa question is, ari is number or possibility of the race. Ang ari na is may ara ka na group. But silingon, may ara ka na first, second, and third. So, we have, okay, so, number of ways nga ang race be completed. So, hambal naton kagina, basta number of ways lang, wala ka specific nga group. So, that is, so, we are asking kung pila ang possibility uh, of order kung for or ang sino ang nagdaog sino ang una kadua ikatlo ikaapat sa ikaanom so but singon ara kita possible anom ka stage so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so we have sa kamo ni so for this category but siningon kami anom sila kabilog pwede naton piliun is pila ang possibility, pila ka bilog ang una nato yung option na pwede mag-first, ang makauna lambot or makauna complete sang race. So, but silingon, so we have anom. Pwede nga anom sa, ang anom sa ila, pwede mag-una abot sa uh, sa aton nga destination. Next, kung nakaabot ng isa, may ara kita dayon 5 ka possibility for na mag next. We have apat ka possibility for the next one. We have tatlo ka possibility and we have dua ka possibility and one possibility. So, diri nagsulod ang ginatawag natin kagina nga concept of factorial. So, kung nakita nyo, 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 6 factorial. So, magambakas factorial, but siningon, ginomultiply ta ang gabuhin ng mga value. So, we have 6 times 5, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, that is 6 factorial. So, okay, so pila ni ang 6 factorial? So, okay, calculate. So, we have, so 6 factorial is equal to 720. So, we have 720. Okay, so next one, for the second question, how many different ways nga ang aton nga first, second, and third place be decided? Okay, so since we have since ini nga question, may ara kita grouping or may group kita nga gina-consider. So first, second, and third. So but silingon, we have ang aton nga formula for this one is the permutation of plus star is we have your permutation of anom tanang ka runners taken 1, 2, 3. 3 at a time. This is equal to, so sa imo numerator that is equal to pila tanan ng possible option we have 6 so busin we have 6 factorial all over. So sa imo denominator we have pila ang possible nga magdaog we have 6 minus ang grouping mo 1, 2, 3 we have 3 factorial. So we have 6 factorial over 6 minus 3 factorial. So but silingon, kung i-plus start na siya based on calculation. So this is, we have 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So over sa atong denominator, we will have, so 6 minus 3, that is 3. So but silingon, we have 3 times 2 times 1. So we have 6 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, makancel ni 3 times 2 times 1. Makancel ang 3 times 2 times 1. Ang mabilin sa aton is 6 times 5 times 4. So, this is ang ating answer for this. So, we have, so aton answer is 6 times 5 is 30 times 4, this is 120. So, we have 120 possible ways na pwede natin pilion kung sino ang mag-first, second, and third sa ila. So, kung makita ninyo, ang nabilin is 6 times 5 times 4. Take note na pwede ang muna ang formula nga gamiton, pero pwede kita tagamit siya kung fundamental principle of counting. That means, so, ano sir? So, we have, take note, may ara kita possible choices. So, we have first, para sa first, para sa second, and para sa third. So, since napili natin kung pila ang possibility of placing first, second, and third. So, we have pila ang pwede mag-first out of anom sila. So, we have, so since anom sila, but pwede, meron sila chance na mag-first sa race. Next, for the next one, since nakakuha na kita isa ka runner, pila na lang ang possible choice natin for second place. But silingon, may ara kita 5 ka possible option. And for the third place, may ara na lang kita 4 ka possible option. By the fundamental counting principle, kinanglan natin i-multiply ang aton nga weight. So we have 6 times 5 times 4. Still, this is the same sa siniya value, which is equal to 120. Okay, so we have another problem here. So we have a club has 9 members. In how many ways can a president, vice president, and secretary be chosen from the members of this club? Okay, so based on this, ang pamangkot sa aton, we need the number of ways of selecting tatlo ka members in order. So, for the position, halin sa 9 possible options or 9 possible member of a certain club. So, mapili kita sa aton president, vice president, sa aton nga, sa aton nga secretary, halin dere. So, but silingon, so, kung magamit kita sang formula-based na calculation, we will have, so we have, okay, calculation, but silingon, permutation of siyam ka possible na numbers. Group sila natin by 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 possible na combination. So we have, sa pag-plus star sa baba, we have siyam tanan ka options, 9 factorial, divided by sa dalong, so minus naton, ang atong na possible general option is 9, minus pila tanan sila ka group, 1, 2, 3, so we have minus 3 factorial. That means this is your 9 factorial all over 6 factorial. Okay, so we have, so sa aton nga representation, ang mabilin dere, so we have 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then sa aton nga denominator, this is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So since parehas, so cancel to ni. Ang mabilin sa aton is the answer. Ang aton answer is 9 times 8 times 7. So pila na ang 9 times 8 times 7? 9 times 8 times 7 is 504. So this is 504 ang aton nga answer. Okay, so but take note, pwede Japon natin magamit ang ating fundamental principle of counting lang. Wala kita nagbase sa sining formula. So we have here for president, for VP, for secretary. So that means sa una naton nga possible nga option, pwede kita kapili halin sa 9 ka possible nga members. For the next one, so kung kapili na kita president, may lang tawalo ka possible option for vice president. And we have 7 possible option for secretary. So multiply ka lang, we have 9 times 8 times 7 man Japon, which is equal to 504 man Japon. So take note, you could choose either mapili ka mo sa amo nga type of solution or you will use formula-based solution. So kung amo niya pag-plus star, di na kinanglanon nga i-plus star niya sa imo solution. Kung nag 9 factorial over 6 factorial kan lang diretso and then proceed with the answer, okay man Japon. Okay, so we have another example here. Okay, so we have from a 20 raffle tickets in a hat, 4 tickets are to be selected in order. So the holder of the first ticket wins a car, second a motorcycle, third a bicycle, and fourth a skateboard. In how many different ways can these prizes be awarded? So may 20 ka raffle tickets, then we have to select sang aton apat ka winners. Okay. Okay, so sige na rin lang. So we have So since we have this botsilingon, we have to identify our permutations. Halin sa 20 ka possible raffle tickets, pilion nato ng apat ka winners. So group of winners. So botsilingon, this is equal to 20 factorial all over your 20 minus 4 factorial. So automatic, dara sa inyong mga calculator, pangita lang da ang imo factorial nga value or nga symbol. So pwede nga niyo i-star diretso sa calculator. So we have, so atong answer will be 116,280. So pwedeng amo na ni imong solution. So 116,280. So kung um, nga ang importante nakabalo kita sa formula because if for example magamit kita fundamental principle of counting na process na ginahimo naton kanina kinahanglan man siya po naton mag okay man siya po but medyo luwig-luwig ang imong nga gamiton na process so but siningon maisip ka gid we have. Okay, so if ever be medyo damo-damo ka possible nga for example be magambal siya be nga kinahanglan naton magkuha sang 15 tanan ka raffle tickets therefore mabutang ka din 20 times and so on basta 15 tanan ka possible stages pero kung uh, kung mga 3, 4 mga amo lang na pwede lang siya po nga mo team gamiton pero kung lawig-lawig na ang groupings ang group nga pwede naton ilantawon mas okay gid nga medyo nakabalo kita kung paano gamiton ang formula. So, if ever magamit kita fundamental principle of counting, that means we have your first, second, third, and fourth. So, okay lang kay apat naman ka stage. But siningon, we have for the first na stage, nara kita 20 ka possibility. We have 19 here, we have 18, and we have 17. So, we have 20 times 19 times 18 times 17, which is 116,280. 116,280. Okay, so this is it para sa ating yung permutations. Okay, so for the next discussion video, we have to solve another permutation problem, but we have to consider distinguishable permutation. So we have to present it in another discussion video para medyo ma-differentiate siya with this type of discussion. This is it for now. Thank you. Stay safe. God bless.